Hey, Zach Smith here from the Car Guy Chronicles. Today we're going to break down some of the biggest mistakes you can make when buying a used car and how you can avoid them. So stick around. Okay, so today we're going to talk about some of the most common things that I saw in my experience, both running a dealership and as a salesman myself, that I saw people make over the years. The market right now is kind of funny because new cars are supposed to go up 25%. We don't know if that's really going to happen, but it is driving the used market by leaps and bounds. So I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more people in the market for a used car in the near future. Everybody knows Carfax. Most people know what auto check is. It's similar. So what do these services do? Carfax was developed and actually pioneered in 1996. It was a service that was that basically allowed you to find out what the state title and registration and insurance records were on a particular car if it was used. Even new cars, you could get it. And then it started to become something that dealers offered because they figured if the car that they were selling had a clean Carfax, or even if it had an accident or some damage or something reported to it, at least they were trying to be upfront with the client. In some cases that worked, and in some cases it doesn't work. Auto check is the same thing. By the way, they both come from the same services. They both look at state title, registration, insurance, also accident reports, service records. They both look at the same data, and they both distill it down into that report that you see. Auto check became a thing with auto dealers because it was tied into Experian. Experian is one of the 3 credit bureaus that most dealerships look at in America when you're looking to obtain financing on an automobile. It became a situation where Experian had this data, and they saw what Carfax was doing, and they said, well, how can we monetize this? So they came out with their own version that was very similar. In 2009, Carfax became a little more legitimate because it was one of the agencies that the US government used during the Cash for Clunkers program, where dealers had to disclose to the US government that the car that was traded in under that program, and I believe the rebates were between $3,500 and $4,500 from the government for trading in your old gas guzzling car. Those cars were taken in on trade, and they couldn't be resold. Actually, the engines had to be seized on those vehicles, and it was actually kind of, not to derail this, but it was actually kind of strange watching my mechanics go into our back lot where we kept our trades and pouring liquid metal into these engines and watching them seize up. It was pretty bizarre. That's what those 2 programs do, and they're meant to be a backstop, a further disclosure to the consumer on the type of car they're getting, how many services they've had, if there have been any accidents, if there's a problem with the title, a myriad of things that those reports will disclose. Here's what they won't disclose, is if there was a shop that was unlicensed that did work to the car, because the way that Carfax and AutoCheck work is if a service ticket is open, then that gets reported to them as the vehicle being serviced. If you go into an independent shop that doesn't participate with that, then it's not going to be accurate. It's not going to send them that information. The other thing is if there's an accident and it gets repaired by a customer on their own, it's not going to be disclosed on Carfax. So those are the couple things, pitfalls that I wanted you to know about. So what are some big mistakes that you can make when you're buying a used car? Well, the first one is not doing any research at all. That is insane. If you're not going to do any research, then you probably should be buying a new car, because if you do zero research, and just figure you're going to go to the car lot and kick tires, you're asking for trouble. And it's not that these people are trying to take advantage of you or do anything wrong. It's just the way our system is put into place. There's a lot of things that could happen that, I mean, you're just asking for a lot of trouble if you don't do any research. The second thing is, and this talks a little bit more about Carfax and AutoCheck, is if you don't look at those reports objectively and you don't look at the details. I'll give you an example. Customer trades in a car and you run a Carfax on it, and the car had service, and then near the end, just before they traded it in, they had it serviced at 3 different places, 5 to 10 miles apart. Doesn't that seem odd? Well, if it says it's serviced, a lot of times it doesn't say what they did. If it says an oil change, brake fluid change, whatever, that's great. But a lot of times, if you pull a Carfax report, it's not going to show exactly what was done. So they pull it into the service place number 1. Service ticket gets opened, Carfax knows about it. Technician comes back and tells the consumer, hey, you got a bad engine on this car. You got a bad transmission. The customer says, I decline any servicing. They close up the ticket. Customer goes on their way. They go to 2 other places and they get the same bad news from a mechanic. And then the next thing you know, they're at your doorstep trading the car in. If you see that kind of consecutive servicing done within a very short period of time and mileage, then you need to really have the car checked out and looked at if you're looking to purchase it. So what's another thing? I said this in another video, and again, in my experience in all my years of being in the retail automotive industry, I only saw a few people actually get the car inspected by a third-party inspector, which is crazy. If you are interested in a car and you think it's the right car for you, pay the $150, $200 to either see if you could take it off the lot to a mechanic of your choice, which a lot of times they may not let you do it, it may not be feasible, or at least get a mechanic to come to the lot with you, look underneath the car, have them drive it, have them run as much of an inspection as they can on the spot, so that you have a little more a better idea of what you're dealing with. And whatever flaws they bring up, you need to go to your salesperson and say, hey, listen, I think this car is a good car, but it has problems with this, this, and this. There might be some adjustments there for you. Oh, here's a good one, and this is actually one of my biggest ones. And this dovetails into a rant that I went on a couple weeks ago. So you drive the car. You think it's not a good car. It's got issues, or it drives wrong, or I don't know, maybe the pedals are offset. I've seen that happen where customers go, well, the pedals are too far to the left. Little quirks that maybe you can't live with. Maybe the cup holders are in the wrong position, or maybe it doesn't have the right features for you. So you're deciding that this is not the right car for you. You pull back on the lot and you don't leave, but you say to the salesman, say, hey, listen, this is not going to work for me. What else do you have? Never do that. You should get out of the car, say, thank you for your time, Mr. Salesman. Get out of there. Go home and start all over again doing your research. Do shopping online. Go to yourcars.com, Auto Trader, Kelley Blue Book, whatever. Find another car that you think is going to make sense to you, that's going to suit your needs. Get a Carfax. Look at that objectively. Drive the car. Make sure it's right for you. Get it inspected. Do not stay on the lot and have the salesman run you around, because what are they going to do? They're going to show you the cars they want to sell you, not the ones that are going to be the best fit for you. They're going to suit your needs the best in the right way. Do not do it. If you get out of that car and you say, hey, what else do you got? A, you have no control over the situation, and B, there is no way you're going to know what kind of car you're getting, no matter what they tell you. Believe me, I've worked for a lot of reputable dealers, and I I was a good person. I wanted to give people good service, and I wanted to make sure that they got a good quality used car. But not every place is going to be that way. These people are not your friends. They are going to put you into something that they want, not what you want. So just don't fall for it. Do not do it. Take more control over the situation. You are in control of the process. Hey, so please drop in the comments if any of this sounds familiar to you. If maybe this happened to a friend or a family member that you know. And please, if you like what you see, if you get good information from my content, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because we have a lot more coming to you. So stick around and we'll talk soon.